Aries, welcome in. This is Soulcode Tarot. You're with me, Catherine. So, welcome into your reading. This reading is all about how good can it get. So, some positive anchoring messages to take you to the end of the year 2025 and into 2026. So, how can it really, feel like this amazing potential of how good can it get? I just think that's a really powerful question to ask, particularly if you've had a year of struggle or you've been feeling like things are, tough, sticky. How is 2026 going to be? And so that was our first card out. Now, Aries, just wanted to say it would be amazing if you could like, share, and subscribe. I'm just building this channel and it just helps us keep it in a loop, and then I will come back up in your feed if this has resonated. Okay, so how good can it get in 2026? Aries, you have potential. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels. Thank you, archangels. Thank you, Avalokiteshvara. Thank you, ascended masters with us here in this reading for Aries, Aries collective guides, and your guides, your personal guides. So, how good can it get for Aries 2026, please? I have Aries Sun and Rising, so I'm starting this sequence off of recording today and messaging and downloading and sharing with obviously quite a pertinent, energetic field of communication with spirit, as these signs are, so powerful. Rising sign and sun sign. But if you have Moon, Venus, North Node, or even your midheaven in Aries, this will be relevant. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, so the next card out is Aries. How good it can get is that you are thriving. The potential in 2026 is that you are thriving. One more, please, Spirit, to guide Aries. Thank you into 2026 with how good can it get? Okay, and change. How good can it get? Change is coming that's going to see you thriving. This feels good to me, and full of potential. 2026, how good it can get, full of potential, thriving, but change is coming in. And now change, I think, can be good. Personally, looking forward to change, positive change that sees more thrive, that sees more potential in life. So again, yeah, if you've had a tough 2025, I think a lot of us, all signs, have been experiencing quite a lot of intensity in 2025, and some let up would be amazing in 2026. And let up comes obviously from astrology, the way that the planets are moving. It comes up from us growing and developing in our conscious awareness of what's going on in our life. And I think really creating the changes now, positive changes that can see you thriving, Aries, and full of the potential that you have, Aries. You have. So how good can it get? I've been shuffling with the tarot. Okay, there is change and there is a decision coming up, Aries. Two of Swords, powerful. Could you clarify, please? So the potential when you make this decision that you may be feeling somewhere in your being, Aries, is that decision is going to bring in potential change that sees you thriving in 2026. That's how good it can get. Wow, and it's the Ace of Wands here as well. So you've had the Two of Swords and now the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands, okay, this is the potential again. Inspiration, thriving, new beginnings in 2026, because you make a decision, Aries, to just ask in this reading, how good can it get when I make this decision to make the change so that I can thrive and see my potential in 2026? And with this powerful Ace of Wands, it brings in that energy of new beginnings. Good news when you make this decision, Aries. It brings in a lot of inspiration into your life. It brings in this, that the whole hierarchy of angels are just saying yes, like yes, going forward with inspiration. Okay, quite strong energies today. So I have had a little bit of a rest. My daughter is on half term. I've had a couple of days off and really glad I did because the energy was feeling quite heavy and sticky and stuck and strange. So just sort of, yeah, moving out of October and into November, and also change of the clocks here. End of BST at the weekend. So, you know, clocks change, sunlight changes, the dynamic of sleep and rest changes here in the UK in the Northern Hemisphere because it's going to start getting dark early. Okay, which doesn't suit me so well. I'm Aries, sun and rising, as I said. So, okay, I love this. Okay, this is the last two out of this tarot deck. I'm going to clarify with the light seers for you, but how good can it get, Aries, in 2026 when you make the decision to make a change? There's a choice that sees you thriving in your life, full of potential, full of new beginnings and fire energy, the Wands energy, the Ace of Wands, new beginnings, new energy, new sense of thrive. Like, how good can it get? Like, wow, okay. Because incoming was the strength. You also have the opportunity to access a lot of strength, Aries, a lot. So, this strength card guiding you in the decision that you have to make to create the change so that you are thriving, so that you are seeing your full potential, feeling inspired. So, I don't know if you have felt this lack of inspiration throughout, the past few years, really. Astrologically, it's been hard going for me. I just have felt that. I've also got Moon in Gemini. So for Moon in Gemini, check out your Gemini readings because we are currently seeing an upsurge of energy and communication and clarity and much more amenability towards thrive. Um, but back to Aries reading for you because wow, how good it can get. How good can it get when you ask that question is that you have prosperity in 2026. Very powerful, Aries. You have Ace of Pentacles. So think about the decision you know you need to make to create the change you've really been seeking so that you know that you can thrive. You know that you can access your potential. Feeling your strength, that strength card. It's a major arcana card so that you can have this new beginning coming in now and into 2026, full of inspiration, full of really all the things, all the good things, because really, this is like big gifts coming in. That's how good it can get in 2026. Ace of Pentacles. So I really want to clarify with the Light Seers deck and may use the little Light Seers book to read what comes out, Aries, because the Light Seers little book is just very, very short, sharp, sweet, accurate interpretations. And sometimes it just helps over and above the interpretation of the reader, i.e., me in this reading. So I would like to clarify that any other things that Aries could activate, like making this decision, the Two of Swords, this decision to create change around this process of accessing Ace of Pentacles, prosperity, strength, and the Ace of Wands, new beginnings, so that they can really understand how good it can be, experience that feeling in 2026. So, as I said at the beginning, this is a positive, anchoring, spiritual coaching message for you, Aries, so that this energy can flow with you because end of the year for me in the Northern Hemisphere can feel heavy. It's like I said, it's getting dark. It's like, when is spring going to be here? When's the light coming back? So this is to help you, Aries, focus in on that light, focus in on that strength, focus in on your core understanding of what you've been thinking about. So that Two of Swords is the mind. The mind has been thinking about a decision around a change you need to make to thrive, to really see and feel how good it can be in 2026 because you've been feeling stuck. Spirit is just saying if you make the choice, make the decision you've been thinking about, really go for it with a lot of strength. You're going to get unstuck. So the hangman is you kind of been thinking, ruminating, really wondering about it. Okay, Spirit is saying probably now is the time to start taking the action so that in 2026 it's like, wow, this is how good it can get. Okay, Four of Cups. Yep, you've been looking in the past, Aries, but look what's coming in. Can you see that? That beautiful energy coming in. There's inspiration coming in. There's that you're making the decision between something in the past and something you know in the future that can really help you feel like, wow, this is how good it can get. So there's something you've been thinking about that's in the past. The Spirit is saying, hey, look forwards because look how good it can get over here when you make that decision to make the change. And maybe it's simply just stop thinking about the past, not let the past hold you back, and to move forward into 2026, just constantly with this mantra, how good can it get? How good can it get? Okay, let's see, a little bit more clarification. And then we will just check in with the gene keys, see what's riding out here in the shadows, the gifts and the cities and the dilemma. And then Aries, I'm going to sign off. Just keep this one short and sweet and really elevated for you to anchor into. Okay, one more or two more messages for Aries. What is it that's coming in? Okay, good. So they're really asking you, wow, powerful magician, Aries. Use this energy to really orchestrate and create the dreams you've been really thinking about. Magician, magical energy, inspiration coming in, dreams coming true. Magician manifests miracles. So miracles coming in, joy, happiness. How good can it get? Use that mantra. Yes, strength. There we go. So, Aries, two strengths in this reading. What do you need to be strong about? What has been feeling that's been causing you to feel underpowered and not powered up in your Aries power? Okay, now, you know, when we talk archetypally like that, when I mean that archetypally, it doesn't mean power over, power down. It means an expression of yourself that is really powerful. So maybe this decision that creates the change so you can really step into your strength and your power areas is the key here in this message. And whatever it is, just know it's in the past now. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Use that power of the Ace of Wands to step into the inspiration that you make the change so that you have that potential to thrive and you have that true potential to access this powerful, powerful Ace of Pentacles in 2026. That's how good it can get when you make this decision, when you manifest and use the magician energy, Aries. Really happy for you. I'm glad this is such a powerful, upbeat message as I have Aries, Sun and Rising. Let's see what the Gene Keys have to say. If you haven't checked out your Gene Keys, Aries, powerful contemplation to kickstart your new year. If you haven't studied your Gene Keys already, I would highly recommend it. So genekeys.com just gives you a whole profile of how you activate in the world, your Venus sequence, which is all about how you react in love and share and give and receive, and a prosperity, your Pearl sequence, how you best activate and generate income for yourself and others in the world. And of course, prosperity doesn't just have to be income and money. It can be obviously total prosperity. Yeah, health, wealth, well-being, income, stability, all of it. Okay, so we have Gene Key 45, and the dilemma is insecurity areas. Okay. What has been overshadowing you and causing you to lose your power? Because the shadow here is dominance. What has been dominating you? How can you make that decision to change whatever that is so that you can access the gift of synergy. Synergy is like a flow of energy. So you're in your strength, you're in your magician power, manifesting the change that's going to bring in this potential for prosperity. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so finding synergy in your work, in your relationships, or internally with yourself and with spirit, because that is a key process in this whole process of how good can it get. Okay, Aries. This powerful Gene Key 18. The dilemma here has been about flaws because you have felt judged. Maybe judged for your flaws. This has been making you feel like you don't have the strength and the innate power that you used to have. The gift, though, is that when you can see where the judgment is and notice that you are good enough, Aries, that you are full of integrity, that there is this way forward that feels really perfect, the city of perfection in 2026. That's how good it can get. So stay in your integrity. Keep it sound, keep it solid, keep it strong, and move forward with that decision to change what you know you need to change so that you can access all of this potential. Aries, this last Gene Key 56, is the dilemma of, is it pleasurable or is this painful? So the choice that you make that creates the change that you've been thinking about, you're sort of in a dilemma between, is that going to be painful or is it going to be pleasurable? Okay, because there's been a shadow of distraction. Something has been distracting you in this choice making that's taken away your power. So you kind of maybe feel like you're behind and you know that it can get better. You know that that Ace of Pentacles can come in. You know that there is this, how good could it get really? Because it can't stay this bad. Right? So the shadow is this distraction. What is it that's been distracting you? A vice, a relationship, a job, some sort of situation that's not been healthy? What is the decision and the change unique to you? Because obviously this is the general collective reading for the Aries force. Now, the gift here, when you understand or see through these veils, these illusions, is enrichment. So you have, how good can it get? Enrichment. Like that's like prosperity. So you feel prosperous, you feel wealthy, you feel healthy, you feel amazing and back on your game, Aries. That's how good it can get. Okay, so the city here is intoxication. Now, we might think that's a shadow, like negative. Okay, I had a dinner out and I drank too much wine, you know, whatever. Been on holiday, spent too much time relaxing by the pool with, you know, whatever. But no, intoxication here is the city. That's the superpower. So intoxication is like life feels this good. It's intoxicating. You know, it's like, wow. Spirit is saying that is available. That's how good it can get. Okay, so enrichment. What is it that's going to enrich you? You know, if you make this decision to make the change, Aries, there lies the enrichment and how good it can get in 2026. Aries, that's what I've got for you. And I really hope that has been inspiring and motivating and thought-provoking and anchoring into this positive mantra as you move forward now at the end of 2025 and throughout 2026. If something hits you and it feels hard and you lose that power and that strength, just come back and ask yourself, okay, this might feel a bit awful, but how good could it get? Okay, how good could it get? Aries, sending you lots of love on this really powerful journey ahead of you. It would be amazing if you could like, share, and subscribe if you've got this far and it's resonated. Sending you lots and lots and lots of love. And lastly, Aries, there are some astrologers that I'm going to link below that I really highly recommend. The first astrologer is Pam Gregory, if you haven't come across her already. Then we have Laurie Lothian, Lunatic Astrology. And she is such a great communicator, both of them. And I'm wishing you lots and lots of luck and prosperity, wellness, and that how amazing it is in 2026 energy. Take care, Aries, and I will see you again soon.